it just breaks my heart because this is what is left of her. 5 children, Cheryl. You have 2. I have 2. And I remember a few times I've had to go under the knife. And the last thing I think is, God help me get through this, to raise the twins. Don't leave them without a mother. We got 5 children. This woman has given birth 5 times and is raising these children. And you hear nothing about her case. Nothing.
Nothing.
I don't get it when you think all that's left is a makeshift memorial of some pictures and some candles. They've got the rest of their lives, Cheryl, to live with life without mommy. They're sentenced to life without their mother.
You are exactly right, Nancy. And the ripple effect of this horrific crime is not only their life, but you're hearing her brothers, her family, her friends, her neighbors, her loved ones that reach far beyond Georgia. This is something that every one of them is going to have to live with.
Guys, we are bringing you, I hate to even call it a story because it's real. It's not a story. A mother of 5 leaving her favorite store, one of her favorite stores, and she's been worried because some guy she thinks has been following her. And lo and behold, her worst nightmare comes true. Joining me in addition to Mr. Tony Williams, this is Camille's brother, her other brother, Arsene Williams. Mr. Williams, thank you for being with us. When did you learn that Camelia was dead?
The morning of Thursday morning when they found her body in the bushes.
Oh, just saying it like that, found her body in the bushes. Daryl Cohen joining me, former felony prosecutor in the same district attorney's office where I practiced for a decade, now defense attorney. You can find him at Cohen, Cooper, Estep, and Allen. Daryl, thank you for being with us. You and I prosecuted and investigated. I mean, neither one of us ever went in front of a jury before we investigated the case ourselves, going to the crime scene, speaking to all the witnesses, going to the crime lab, the morgue, you name it. Daryl Cohen, that's an added layer in my mind of brutality. To murder a mother of 5 and then leave her body, just leave it in the bushes. You remember how remember the Julie Love murder case? She went missing while jogging and was missing for the longest time. And then when the killer's girlfriend was living in fear, she finally coughed up. Julie Love's body, what was left of it, was near a trash dump, as I recall, way out in the outskirts of Fulton County. The added indignity of leaving the body out in the bushes, for her children to grow up thinking mommy was left dead in the bushes. I mean, I know that's not probative, Daryl Cohen, but I guarantee you it will mean something to a jury.
Nancy, who cares whether it's probative or not? What I care about and the jury cares about is what happened. It may or may not be, quote, evidence, but it certainly isn't not evidence. In other words, once heard, once seen, once felt, it goes to the jury. This is unbelievable. Yes, I remember Julie Love, and I remember who they thought killed her, and they were so wrong, and later they found the right murderer. And here, it's one of the worst examples of someone who doesn't care. I am going to do what I want. If I have to kill, so what? And I'll just leave her here because I'm out of here. It's horrible.
You know, Arsene Williams joining us. This is Camille's brother along with Tony. I'm going to get into the facts as we know them right now. And remember, this illegal migrant is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Arsene, you stated that you learned about your sister's death. Did you immediately presume that it must be an accident or natural causes as Tony did? Or, I mean, murder wouldn't have even crossed my mind to start with.
I thought it was natural causes. I really did. But then when I found out that she was murdered, that just hit me more different than accidental death. That was 100% murder. He stalked her. He waited for her to be by herself and did what he did.
You are hearing Tony and Arsene Williams speaking on behalf of their sister. They came from a large family. Camille had 5 children that she was helping raise, giving it her all, an incredibly devoted mother. That's all ended, according to police, thanks to an illegal immigrant that had been set free to walk amongst us and then murder a mother of 5. Listen.
Just why? She would have, whatever you wanted out of her purse, she would have given it to you. Why? That's my question. I got a little bit of mixed emotions. I don't know whether to be angry, sad, hurt. I'm very confused.
You are hearing from one of Camille's daughters. Angry, sad, confused, whatever they wanted out of her purse, she would have given it to them. And you are hearing from one of her daughters, from our friends at Atlanta News First. I want to circle back to how her body was found. I find this very interesting. Joining me at the scene is Dave Mack, Crime Stories investigative reporter. Dave Mack, confirm this, if it's correct, that her face was partially covered by her own disheveled sweater. And I've got a lot of questions, but is that correct?
That is correct, Nancy.
Okay, that's telling me a lot right there, Dave Mack. Number one, we are told that nothing was stolen. We don't know what motive there may have been. But right there, if her sweater was covering her face, that means either her sweater was stripped off of her or it was pulled up over her head, right?
Exactly. And the whole point of putting her behind at the house in the bushes, trying to hide her body, but also it tells us a lot about what happened at the end as he's trying to get away. He's got her covered up. He's making sure he doesn't have to see her face and that nobody else can.
You know what, Dave Mack, I have accused you quite often of being an MD of the psychiatric variety, because what you just said is right, okay? And I don't need an MD, a medical degree. Sorry, Dr. Coyne and Dr. Angela Arnold. I don't need an MD to tell me that, a medical degree. Cheryl McCollum, how many times have we seen a murder victim's face covered? Again, I'm not a shrink. I don't know the answer to that, but I know it to be true anecdotally. We see it over and over and over. And I think Dave Mack is right.
I think Dave's onto something. I mean, we have all had training at the police academy that says if they cover the face, it's because they don't want the person looking at them, and they can't tolerate to look at the person while they're doing this horrible, violent crime to them. Again, he went to the extent of taking her to another location and attempting to hide what he had done by hiding her body.
Joining us again, Arsene Williams. This is Camille's brother. You were saying something, Mr. Williams?
Yes. How did he murder my sister and wanted to do it as quick and fast as possible, but when he stayed with the body for several hours after the fact that he murdered her? How did he try to do it quick and possible and get away? When he stayed
Okay,
there.
hold on. You're telling me something new, Arsene. I did not know that he stayed with her body for a period of time. Tell me what you have learned.
2 hours. He stayed there for 2 or 3 hours after she was murdered. After he killed her, he stayed with her body in those bushes and sexually assaulted her.
Okay, that is new evidence right there. Arsene, are you telling me that you believe your sister was sex assaulted after her death?
Yes.
We know that for a fact.
How do you know that for a fact?
Because my niece told me that he was with the body after he killed her and stayed with the body for several hours after and sexually assaulted her, and had the audacity to go back Wednesday and check and see if the body was still there. So my sister was killed Tuesday night. He went back Wednesday to see if the body was there. And then Thursday morning at 8:30 is when they found her, because at 9:15, one of my sisters called me and told me they found her dead in the bushes.
Hi guys, Nancy Grace here. There is a growing crime trend the FBI calls house stealing. Criminals forge your signature, they use a fake notary stamp, and bam, your home title is gone. Then the criminal takes out loans on your home or even sell your home without you knowing it. When is the last time you checked your home's title? Well, probably never. And that is why so many of us trust Home Title Lock's $1 million triple lock protection. You get 24/7 monitoring, urgent alerts, and if fraud does happen, they spend up to $1 million to restore your title at no extra cost. And Home Title Lock and I have teamed up to give you a free title history report. Check if you're already a victim and access a personal title expert, a $250 value for you. Visit HometitleLock.com and use code Nancy250, or just click on the link in this description. Check out the $1 million triple lock protection when you get there.
A neighbor makes a troubling discovery in some nearby bushes only days after Camelia Williams raises alarm about a strange man following her.
Joining us an all-star panel to make sense of what we are learning, an illegal migrant is set free, comes into our country, then he's detained, then he's set free, only to go out and allegedly murder a mother of 5. And I got to tell you, I have pored over her photos, and she looks funny and sassy and full of life. She makes funny poses for the camera. She has a million pictures of her feeding her little babies. You know, a lot of moms wouldn't be caught on camera holding on to their baby without their hair fixed and their face fixed. Not this mom. She was all about being a mom. Who is Camelia?
Camelia Williams grows up in Louisiana, the youngest of 13 siblings. Camelia is attached at the hip with her brother Lloyd, who says there is no one more kind or generous than Camelia. Camelia becomes a mother to 5 wonderful children. Williams strikes out on her own and moves to Marietta, Georgia, just outside metro Atlanta. Camelia is happily settled into the area, becoming close friends with neighbors.
She was always smiling. Anywhere you seen Camelia, she smiled, whether it was with her smile or with her eyes. Her eyes lit up a room when she walked in.
That is Camelia's niece, Danielle, and that's from our friends at 11 Alive. Straight back out to Dave Mack joining us at the scene. Dave Mack, are police confirming what Arsene and Tony Williams have learned? Because they haven't released that yet.
No, it has not been released yet, and I haven't had a chance to get it confirmed yet, Nancy. I believe that they know a lot more about the story than we do at this point. But the police, you know how this works. They have to hold back information from the public, Nancy. Sometimes it's because they still have to go to trial. They still have to work this case all the way through. And information like the Williams brothers were just sharing is powerful information that they will use. It indicates so many things about the possible suspect here, as well as what happened with the victim. So, yeah, they have not confirmed that directly to us yet. Doesn't mean they didn't tell the Williams brothers a lot of information that we're not privy to yet.
To Tony and Arsene Williams, Camelia's brothers, joining us, speaking out on her behalf. Her children, at this point, having a really hard time even enunciating what has happened to their mother. Back to Arsene and Tony Williams. Arsene, you learned that your sister was followed by this guy when your sister left the store. She had been worried about being stalked by someone, but she didn't know the guy. She had seen him, but didn't know who he was. When did you learn that your sister was murdered and then the perp stayed with her dead body and sex assaulted her dead body?
The day they found her body, my sister called me and told me that my baby sister was found dead.
Tony, when did you learn your sister had been sex assaulted by the killer after her death?
Saturday or Sunday.
It was about when I found out about it.
You know, to Daryl Cohen joining us, a veteran trial lawyer, former prosecutor, now defense attorney, when a jury hears that, they're going to do a backflip. That after he allegedly, yes, I know he's innocent until proven guilty, after he allegedly follows her as she leaves the store, he then drags her off to the bushes, murders her, and then sex assaults her, Daryl Cohen?